All right, y'all. So I'm about to go on my run for the day. Look, man, y'all pray for me as I stay the course and continue in self-discipline with these runs and with just getting my body right. But I wanted to come on here today because I gotta share something with y'all in regards to what God showed me with this situation with P. Diddy. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of times I'm living under one because I don't be knowing what's be going on in the news a lot of times because I really don't watch the news. But if you have social media, then you probably know already what has occurred, what has been occurred with the P. Diddy situation and what's like still continuing on. But recently, some tapes came out about him, some video footage from a hotel showed him physically putting his hands on his then girlfriend Cassie. Now, why it took 10 years for this video to finally come about, that's because he paying people to keep stuff under the wraps. And that in and of itself speaks a lot to the evils and the manipulation within this country as a whole. But that's beside the point. The fact is, no evil done in the dark is going to stay in the dark. And so almost 10 years later, that video has surfaced where he was physically putting his hands on Cassie. And because of that, there's really no denying at this point that P. Diddy is an abuser and he deals with physical violence, okay? So that came out, and for those who were trying to say maybe that might have not been him, that could have been somebody else, well, there's no denying it now because P. Diddy basically then came out with a video apologizing for his former behavior. And I wanted to share this because this is what I feel like most of us are not actually seeing what's going on with this whole thing and what's the actual message of this whole scenario. Yes, we could say it's not putting your hands on people and violence should never be the answer and all this and the third, but no. Because the fact of the matter is, we as people knew and had some idea about the character of P. Diddy for a long time, okay? Nobody in their right mind would ever say that P. Diddy was this gentleman and this awesome, outstanding, upright man of moral character, okay? Even back from the day, we all had an inclination that P. Diddy was somebody who could put you away 3 feet under the grave, okay? Because we all, back when all that stuff happened with Tupac and with Biggie, all of us had some inclination that that was a work of P. Diddy, all right? But here's the thing, because some people are asking the question of why would he even come out and make a video, this long amount of time later? And like, what is he trying to prove now? And what is he trying to do? And I thought about that. Why would he make a video? He said he's not asking for nobody's forgiveness. He took accountability for what he's done. And he's asked God for grace and mercy and all this in the third. But he's not asking nobody for forgiveness, but he just want to come on here and apologize. And people are like, you don't owe us no apology. You owe Cassie an apology. And it's true. Really, at the end of the day, well, let me say this. He has, not only has he wronged Cassie, but he has wronged the public. And why I say he's wronged the public is because of his status and where that puts him in the public's eye. Because when you are of that level, that puts you automatically on some type of platform, okay? And so because he has a platform, because of his wealth, because of his status, because of his occupation, because of all these different factors, it does make you some sort of public image, and it makes you a somewhat role model, whether it be for black men, whether it be for men in general, whether it be for the black community, or whatever the case may be. It does make you a role model. So in that regard, you do have a responsibility as a role model and as a person with power and prestige to set a certain example and standard for those that look up to you. So in that regard, yes, I would say that he does owe her absolutely 100% Cassie an apology, but he also owes the people that have supported him, that have looked up to him, that have seen him as something to aspire to. He owes them an apology as well. So in that regard, yes. But that's not even it. That's not even the message. I felt like when I was hearing him apologize, the message that I was hearing was, we as the public don't realize how much power we actually have as the people. And why I say that is because at the end of the day, the one who made P. Diddy who he was and the status that he was able to attain was the public. It was the people. It was the people supporting him. It was the people supporting his ventures, financially giving, listening to his music, buying into his entertainment, drinking his alcohol, all these different things. It's the public. And so you are only as powerful as the public or the people that support you. And the crazy part is, if we as the people would recognize the power that we hold as the people, then we could actually see real change take place in our communities, in our states, in our nations, and in our world. Because again, as I said earlier, it's no secret what type of person P. Diddy was. I'm not saying he was the devil himself, but how many of y'all really thought this man was an upstanding guy? Come on now. If you thought that, something was definitely wrong. But yet we continue to support him and we continue to buy into him and gave him the platform that he holds now. And so what will happen is the celebrity will forget that it's the people who put them in that position, and that ultimately the celebrity serves the people and not the people serve the celebrity. But because we the people don't even realize the power that we have as the people, we get to a place we will make, here a celebrity will come along, let's say an artist or somebody will come along, and we'll like that person and we'll start to support that person, raise that person up. And then I don't know at what point do we start to idolize that person and basically relinquish our power to that person. And now that person almost becomes a demigod. And so now that person is on a pedestal, and now that person starts to exercise a level of dominion over us, a level of unnatural and illegal and unnecessary power over us. And it's really because at the end of the day, we relinquished our power to that person. The fact that these people, and you will still have some people, even after all this, that will say, no matter what, I support you, Diddy, shows me the ignorance of people and how we don't even realize that we create these people and make these people our gods. And when they finally get to that place of being our quote unquote gods, that's when they use their power and their influence to basically suppress us, oppress us, and depress us and keep us down. And we're so stupid and we're so ignorant that we'll let these people do this to us. And so if anything else that this lesson should teach us, because let me tell you, if all of us band together and be like, P. Diddy, we don't support you no longer. You are through. We have this thing called cancel culture now. And it shows the power, cancel culture, though I don't always believe in it, it actually shows the power of the people. And it shows that when people band together and they unify and they say enough is enough, we're over it, and we're not supporting you any longer, that person who thought they had, that celebrity who thought they had all the power in the world, that elitist who thought they had all the power in the world, they reduced to ashes. They are reduced to ashes. And y'all think about this. If we would recognize this for a celebrity, the power that we hold, imagine if we would recognize this for that person that we're with that's not treating us right, that we done gave up our power to, and now they just taking all type of advantage of us, abusing us, holding it over our heads, that job that doesn't appreciate us, but that we give all this power to this job, systems, governments, things that we oppress us, that we allow to oppress us. If we would only recognize the power that we truly have as the people, y'all, all type of stuff would be torn down in this nation and in this world. The very system structure would be dismantled. And so if there's nothing else that you get from this situation, yes, it could be, no domestic violence. Please don't put your hands on people. Violence is not the answer. Be accountable and all those different type of messages. But most importantly, understand that you hold the power. As a matter of fact, you know why you hold the power? Because God has given you the power. He's made you in his image and likeness, and therefore he's given you power and authority. And if we would take that mindset and understand, you know what, I hold the power. And if I say, no, I'm not doing this, or no, I don't like this, it's not going to go forth. But what we do is we accept nonsense and we tolerate stuff because the person is entertaining us. Instead of us sticking to what's right and having a moral and a standard and looking out for our best interests, we choose to be entertained and thus taken advantage of and abused and kept in bondage. And so I pray that we realize that the power that we hold, and that if we would just take that mindset, even outside of a celebrity, even into the very enemy himself, who comes to steal, kill, and destroy everything in our lives. If we wake up one day and you say, you know what, devil, I'm tired of you. You done showed your behind, and I'm tired of you, and I no longer support your nonsense in my life. The devil would have no more power over you. No more. Because guess what? The devil don't have any power anyway. The Lord took it from him when he died on the cross. And he went to hell and took the keys. Y'all, we got to wake up. Let us wake up. I pray we wake up and we realize God has already given you the power and authority. You got to stop relinquishing it to the enemy. Be blessed.